Arkansas, Georgia. We go from one big SEC game to another. Georgia in this one, right around at 18.5, I believe, the last I looked, 18.5 point home favorite, 49 the total. Speaking of defenses that are for real, we'll find out about Ole Miss this weekend, but Arkansas, that defense is for real. I mean, Texas shut them down a few weeks ago. What have we seen from Texas's offense since Arkansas played them and shut them down? They hung like a 60 spot on Rice, and we saw what they did last weekend against Texas Tech. They did anything
70s.
we wanted offensively, 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Arkansas shut that offense down, Connor. Arkansas
Oh yeah,
a few
that's what I
weeks ago.
thought they would.
Yeah, and then last week against Texas A&M, I said, I'm not trusting this young quarterback, Calzada, and an A&M offense that struggled to move the ball against Colorado, struggled to move the ball against Kent State. Now, you could say they took their foot off the gas against New Mexico 2 weeks ago, but they didn't move the ball much against them in the second half. That I thought they'd be up against it, against that Arkansas defense, and that's exactly what happened. It was a defensive clinic, surgical by that Arkansas team. Props to Sam Pittman, who's done an unbelievable coaching job here at Arkansas. Barry Odom, former Missouri head coach, just maybe a guy that's better as a DC. What a job he's done here with this Arkansas defense. They're for real. They're blowing up the line of scrimmage. The pass rush is there. They're stopping the run. They're doing everything you need to be a great defense here. And that defense could keep them in this game. And Arkansas is another one of those teams. We've talked about it with Rutgers. We've talked about it with a few teams already. They are 4-0 against the spread this year. They've covered every number. And I'm not going against the teams that are undefeated ATS this year. They're clearly undervalued. The odds makers have been off with the power rating on teams like Arkansas. It's Arkansas or pass for me. There are matchup concerns. The defense might have to do it all for Arkansas in this game. I don't know if that offense is going to move the football with great success. Georgia's defense is elite. All right, we've seen enough Georgia this year to know that defense is scary good. It's legit. They're going to send a bunch of players to the NFL off that defense for Kirby Smart this year. There's no question about that. And it's not going to be easy. And KJ Jefferson left that game against Texas A&M with an injury. And that meant the backup quarterback had to take over for Arkansas in the victory against A&M. And he was okay. But I'll tell you what, regarding a Malik Hornsby, they didn't ask him to put the ball up in the air very often because they had the lead. You're going to need, if you're going to have a legit chance to pull the upset or compete in this game, you need KJ Jefferson. You must have him available for this game in Arkansas. And I don't know if he is because it's too early in the week. We don't know. They haven't said for sure if he's in or he's out yet. Because, look, I like Braylon Smith, great running back. But Georgia's an unbelievable defense against the run. We know that. It shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. You can't run on this Georgia defense. 69 rushing yards per game, 2.3 yards per carry. So if they don't have Jefferson and they can't run the football, and it's going to be tough. Like I said, I like Traylon Smith, but this is an elite shutdown run defense. I have no confidence on the road that Malik Hornsby and his 1 for 3 passing against A&M when he came in for Jefferson can move the ball through the air. And if they can't run it and Jefferson doesn't play and they have no passing game, it still could get away from Arkansas to the point where Georgia could still cover this number, 18.5. So the Jefferson injury is significant. And look, he's not a great pocket passer, but he's the best they've got, and he has gotten better throwing the football the last couple of weeks. So it's Arkansas or pass, but I need Jefferson to be available and in the game. And if they are, I think they can do enough to hang in this as a big number. It's Georgia's offense is, obviously with Daniels, it's good, but is it? And look, they walloped Vanderbilt, so that's probably another reason why. And South Carolina the week before, and UAB the week before. That's probably why you're not getting a bargain with Georgia. They're just blowing teams out. Killing teams left and right the last 3 weeks. But this ain't South Carolina, UAB, or Vanderbilt. This is a legit Arkansas defense. I definitely like the under. The under makes sense. I mean, the total's 49 in this game. It should be low scoring. But I'm only looking at Arkansas here. It's just a question of will I? I won't be betting Georgia. I can tell you that. It's Arkansas or pass. It's just a question of will I bet Arkansas, and I probably will only bet it if we have Jefferson on the field. What do you think, Conor Mack?
Yeah, Jefferson or not, I like the under for sure. But for me to back Arkansas as well. I mean, he has to be in. I mean, that's the best they got. He can move around a little bit. Without him, I don't think they can do anything. I mean, they'll have a tough time running it. Yeah, I back Arkansas this way. I think this is a ton of points. I think it could be close. And I think there's been a little bias. They beat the shit out of some really bad teams, and Georgia's really good too. So it's just made it the last couple weeks like, wow, this team's phenomenal. But I think Arkansas can hang here a bit. I think this might just be too many points. It could be interesting. I mean, I could see Georgia covering, but I could see Arkansas right in this one. But I'm with you. I need Jefferson in there for sure. But and I like the under. I think it's a defensive battle for sure.
Yeah, and in the times JT Daniels hasn't played, I'll give Stetson Bennett credit. He was awful last year. He's definitely improved, and he's played better in spot duty this year as well for Georgia on offense. But look, Arkansas are pass for me just because of the fact that, again, I've been on them a bunch this year. We all love them. I don't know who didn't love Arkansas on last Saturday. You liked them, Conor. Grant Arnold on the show last Monday liked them.
We all
loved them on the Saturday morning show. So did DJ Big Boss. Everybody loved Arkansas getting the points, and they won outright. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'm not saying Stetson Bennett's great, Josh, but he's been a little bit better.
He's come in and done all right. Yeah,
Daniels. But he was even worse last year. That's my point. I'm not saying he went from bad to great, but he's bad to serviceable. But yeah, and he still does make mistakes, no doubt.